A happy family, a peaceful neighborhood. But behind this door lies a dark and horrifying secret. An exemplary man, a father who loved his children, committed an unimaginable crime. This is not a fictional story, but the scary truth about Chris Watts, the husband and father who turned into a brutal murderer. Chris Watts, a man with a gentle smile, but inside he harbored an unthinkable darkness. What could turn a loving father into a ruthless murderer? Join us as we delve into this harrowing story. This is True Crime Time, and today we bring you into the heart of one of the most shocking cases in American history. Christopher Watts and Shanann Rzucek both hailed from North Carolina. Christopher from the peaceful town of Spring Lake, and Shanann from the rustic region of Aberdeen. They met in 2010 and quickly developed a romantic relationship. On November 3, 2012, the couple celebrated a cozy wedding in Mecklenburg County, marking the beginning of a life filled with hope and love. The couple welcomed two adorable daughters, Bella Marie Watts, born on December 17, 2013, and Celeste Catherine Cece Watts, born on July 17, 2015. Their happiness grew even more when Shanann became pregnant with their third child, a baby boy they planned to name Nico. The Watts family moved into a spacious 5-bedroom home in Frederick, Colorado, which they purchased in 2013. However, their happiness was short-lived as they faced a financial crisis and declared bankruptcy in 2015 due to unemployment and an inability to pay off loans. But their lives began to show signs of improvement in 2016. Christopher found stable employment at Anadarko Petroleum, while Shanann worked from home, selling health products called Thrive for the multi-level marketing company Lavelle. Through their relentless efforts, they gradually rebuilt their lives, bringing hope for a brighter future. The Watts family often shared their joyful moments on social media, captivating many with the appearance of a perfect life. Their posts were filled with smiles, laughter, and seemingly endless love, making countless people admire and believe in their idyllic existence. But on the fateful morning of August 13th, everything changed drastically. Shanann had just returned home from a business trip around 1 a.m. That day, a sense of unease began to creep in when she was unreachable throughout the morning and failed to drop her daughters off at school. Her close friend, Nicole Atkinson, grew increasingly worried as the hours ticked by. Nicole's concern turned to sheer panic when she arrived at Shanann's house and found an eerie silence and no response. The usually vibrant and welcoming home now felt cold and foreboding. Desperate and anxious, Nicole made the critical decision to call the police and notify Shanann's husband, Chris Watts, hoping for any explanation to this unsettling mystery. As soon as the police entered the house, they noted that everything seemed neat and undisturbed. However, the bedsheet on the couple's bed was discovered thrown on the floor, and a pillowcase was thrown into the kitchen trash. Searchers discovered Shanann's purse containing her keys and her medicine. Her phone was located between the couch cushions in the family home. Her car, which still contained the girls' car seats, was in the garage. Shanann's wedding ring was found on the bedside table during the search of their home. There are no obvious signs of crime, but something was wrong. Chris Watts told police he saw his wife at 2 a.m., and by 4 a.m. they were talking animatedly but civilly. He claimed that at about 5:27 a.m., he loaded his belongings into his truck and went to work. Accordingly, for Chris, that was the last time he saw his wife and children. The police realized that the neighbor's security camera could record, so they asked to review the footage. Chris, suddenly worried but trying to stay calm, agreed to check the video. Despite his calm demeanor, both the police officer and the neighbor felt something was wrong with him. The neighbor said normally he was very quiet, and he had never driven his pickup truck into the garage like that. And he didn't look the least bit worried about his wife and children. He was just trying to justify that he had nothing to do with the disappearance of his wife and children. Camera footage revealed that only Chris had left the house that morning, adding to the suspicion surrounding him. The mystery deepened, attracting national attention as news of the loss. The story of Shanann and her 2 daughters spread.
I mean, right now I don't even want to just throw anything out there. I hope that she's somewhere safe right now and with the kids. But I mean, could she just taken off? I don't know. But if somebody has her and they're not safe, I want them back now.
Chris appeared on television, his face etched with worry and desperation as he pleaded for any information about his missing family. His voice trembled as he spoke, his eyes scanning the camera, begging the public for help. "Please, if anyone has seen Shanann, Bella, and Cece, please speak up. They are everything to me, and I need them back," he pleaded, trying to hold back the tears. As the investigation progresses, initial sympathy for Chris begins to fade as shady details gradually emerge. Behind the facade of a desperate husband and father, a darker story is taking shape. Investigators and the public were shocked when a close friend of Shanann's revealed a horrifying truth. Chris had been having an affair. After further investigation, police discovered that Chris had been having an affair with a co-worker during a time when Chris and Shanann were tense with each other. This information shocked the family and the public. Chris's image, a trustworthy husband and loving father, gradually crumbled. People who once trusted and supported him began to have doubts. Shanann's friend also provided further evidence that Chris spent a lot of time and money on this woman, neglecting his wife and daughter. The investigation continued with increasing pressure from public opinion. Police obtained Chris's text messages, emails, and phone records, all of which indicated that he had been cheating on Shanann over an extended period of time. Chris and his lover exchanged sweet words, made date plans, and even talked about having a future together. When faced with irrefutable evidence, Chris still tried to keep calm in public. However, the pressure from the interrogations and constant inquiries from the police began to make him visibly nervous and insecure. Police also discovered that on the day Shanann and the children disappeared, Chris acted unusually, including deleting messages and trying to hide traces of the affair. The police also performed a polygraph test on Chris, but he failed. Meanwhile, the social media community and the press continuously reported on the case, creating a wave of outrage and curiosity. Everyone began to discuss and analyze every detail of the case, from Chris's testimony to the evidence collected by the police. Public pressure pushed the case to a national level, attracting the attention of many people from around the world. Because Chris refused to admit what he had done, the police invited his father in to talk to him. During the conversation, Chris confessed to killing his wife, Shanann, but tried to blame her, saying she strangled their 2 daughters in anger after he mentioned divorce. Chris said, in a fit of rage, he killed Shanann, then put their bodies where he worked. Chris marked the location of the bodies on a photo of the oil field so investigators could arrive there on August 16th at 11 p.m. Chris's daughters, suffocated by Watt's bare hands, were found in a crude oil tank, while Shanann was buried in wasteland nearby. Bella and Celeste's bodies were each pushed through a trap door in the top of a different oil tank, whose lid was 8 inches 20 centimeters in diameter. According to the medical examiner, Bella had a scratch on her left buttock from being pushed through this hole. A tuft of blonde hair was found on the edge of one of these hatches. On August 21st, Watts was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, with an additional count for each child considered the death of a child under 12 years of age, and the defendant was in a position to trustworthy, unlawful termination of pregnancy, and 3 counts of violating a deceased person's body. By the day of his arrest, Chris was fired from Anadarko. Chris was sentenced to life in prison. The Chris Watts case shocked and saddened many due to its unimaginable cruelty and betrayal towards loved ones. It serves as a stark reminder of the importance of family and the necessity of loyalty in relationships. It also underscores the contrast between outward appearances and hidden truths. If you're interested in real-life crime stories and profound human narratives, subscribe to our channel now. Let's explore the mysteries of the world together and learn from bitter experiences to become better versions of ourselves. Click the subscribe button and stay tuned for our latest videos. Thank you for joining us on this journey.